Happy Friday. I thought with all the rain in Cleveland, and it seems maybe across the Midwest, I would do a little flower theme today if you are watching on YouTube. Hello. Loving all I'm glad you're back because adoption, Mary. It's nice to see you back on IG. Oh my God, so much rain. It's making me so depressed. I really want to move. I'm going to wait a couple minutes until people get on and we get into the groove of things. But, hey, Michelle. Oh, all my faves are joining in. I hope you guys are doing well, and I would love to hear a win for the week. Give me a win, please, both of you. Mary, Michelle, me. Let me think. Every single, I think I mentioned this last time, but business-wise, every single Monday we have a team meeting, and the first thing we discuss are our wins from the week, meaning who has matched and who has adopted, and it's just amazes me. It's just amazing to me that every Monday we fill up that section of our agenda. And yet every Monday we then clear it for the next week. And we never know how it's going to fill up or if it will fill up. So it is so exciting to me every time we have a Monday meeting to see those wins fill that box. And this week, we had a couple single mamas take placement this week. We had actually another single mama match this week. We are trying to get a set of twins possibly matched, baby born. So all this stuff. And I always joke with one of my clients, Gina, she's on here, that everything seems to happen at 4:00 on a Friday. So still have a couple hours yet. I expect some things to come through. All right. I asked for wins for the week. Michelle said baby be brave. Michelle said I'm recovering from pinched nerves and a sinus infection. That's my win. All right, babe. Here's to health. Here's to health. Mary said, got through yesterday, which was a hard day in my own adoption journey, but today is a new day and I have big plans. Good. That's awesome. And, we can do hard things. We can do hard things. So what I want to do, I came across this crazy thing, this woo-woo thing. I don't even know how I came across it, but it said, click here and join us right now for a dance party to help you manifest your dreams. Now, I know because I have been into self-development for years. I know enough and I've been to enough things to know that when we move our body, it shifts our energy. When we move our body, it shifts oh yeah, Gina, you know it. It shifts our energy and we can manifest things better. So I've been joining, it's 15 minutes in the middle of the day. We dance. I don't know these people for shit. I put on my video and I go to town. And so I found this music called Manifestation. Hopefully you can hear it. Please let me know if you can. It's called Manifestation. And I just want to play it right now and invite you to think about, actually, don't think about anything right now. Just kind of move, close your eyes, clear your brain, move your body, and start inviting in anything that you would like to invite in, as if it's already happened. Think about your dreams, whether that's becoming a mom. What does that look like? What does that feel like? As if it's already happened. How does it feel to become a mom? If it's to reunite and you're in that part of your journey, wherever you are, it can be anything in life. And I know I'm getting some laughs. That's okay. If you're willing to be woo with me for a minute, take in this music, move your body, because sometimes that's what we need to do. Who's doing it? Nice. What is it that you dream about? It's already happened. Feel it in your body. For me, I found the love of my life in here, in my body, and so much more. What is it for you? Okay. I know that probably felt really uncomfortable for some of you. That's okay. That's all right. I used to go to these workshops and, right, Gina? Gina says, oh, I feel so good. This is the best. I'm telling you, I went once and I felt dumb and I turned on my video and I'm like, screw it. I don't know anyone. I'm going to turn on my video and let them see me dance. And I did it again today. And I'm like, this works. This is so good. It just shifts the energy. And we talk a lot about that in the adoption world and just life in general. Things seem stagnant. Move your body, shift the energy. Now, I also invite you at this point in their little dance thing, we would sit down and journal as if it happened. One of the other reasons I did this today is because after some of our families adopt babies, we invite them to join our virtual play date where we come together and we share our stories, or they share their stories, and we have some fun in all of this. And one of the single women said, I'm really big into visualization. And so I would do a lot of that mindset work and a lot of those affirmations and visualization. And now here I am playing that out. And it is so, so, so powerful, you guys. At the beginning of every single one of our steps in the adoption roadmap, we have a mindset piece. And I'm going to bet that about 1% of our families actually do it. But I'm here to tell you that all that woo works. So move your body and think about what you want to bring into your life, and then journal about it. So Mother's Day is coming up this Sunday, and I want to acknowledge you wherever you are. I want to acknowledge the moms, the new moms, the moms who have had many Mother's Days, the moms who have placed a baby in someone else's arms, the single moms who celebrate Mother's Day and maybe it just feels like another day in the grind. I want to acknowledge those thinking about becoming moms and trying so hard for maybe years. I want to acknowledge the moms who have lost a child. I want to acknowledge the moms who are carrying a child. And if I missed anybody in that, I want you to know I see you. I want to acknowledge those of us who have our mothers still living and have a good relationship with our moms. I want to acknowledge those of us whose mothers have been lost. I want to acknowledge those of you who may not have a great relationship with your mother. And so this holiday brings up all sorts of emotions for you. Wherever you are, there are so many ways that we as women feel like mothers are motherly, or wherever you are in your journey. So acknowledge for yourself who you are, how you feel, and decide how you are going to show up, or if it will be just another day on Sunday. And wherever that is, that's okay. I also want to acknowledge that on Saturday, tomorrow, is something called Birth Mother's Day. And some women want to be acknowledged on Birth Mother's Day. And I also invite you to recognize that they are also mothers. And so while it's nice for our children's birth moms to have a special day, we also need to include them in Mother's Day as well. Sending a gift is nice. I think more often than not, they just want to know that their babies are doing well and that they made a good decision. So, however you want to acknowledge them in your lives, I invite you to do so and not forget about those courageous women. Catham7546 said, I loved when she said that. Mindset is so huge. Oh, okay. Hello. We have to move our energy in the right way. Yeah. Yes, moving your energy in the right way. Jerome, hello. Talk to one of your buddies today. Thank you. Okay. So I wanted to acknowledge Mother's Day and Birth Mother's Day. It's not too late to send cards and gifts, and just a phone call goes a long way. We've heard in the last couple weeks some families saying, I think I'm going to shift from domestic private adoption to foster care. And I believe they think that route may be quicker and a lot less expensive. That part is true. And maybe a lot easier for their road to permanency. And I want to tell you, I do believe that that is not the case in pretty much every foster to adopt situation that I have heard of. So while I invite anyone in this world who has the capacity in all the different ways to foster children to please do so. There is a great need. And if you are of the mindset that it will be your easier route to adopting, I want you to take a step back and perhaps look into what it really entails, because the road to permanency through foster care, first of all, that is not the end goal, and second of all, it can be a very tumultuous one. And if you are there for it, yes. But don't think it's an easier route, because I don't think that that's the case. There's a lot of heartache and visits, and it's totally different than domestic infant adoption in so many ways. And you have to be open to adopting, in most cases, older children and children who have been through trauma. So I just wanted to put that out there in case you are one of the people that says, this is hard. I think I'm going to go this route instead. I think there are ways to do both at the same time, and that is complicated also because it's two different beasts, and the regulations for each are a little different. Okay, just putting that out there. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. And also, if you are on IG, I welcome you at any time to join us also over on our YouTube channel, except that for some reason it's not letting me post the link. On YouTube, I have like a flower border around me and our little logo up top. It's a little fancier, but IG is great too. Another question that came up is how to find a great adoption attorney. And if you are here on, I don't know if you can comment. If you're on YouTube, can you just type hi in the chat? I want to see if it comes through for me. Okay, so how to find a great adoption attorney is a question that I have gotten. Our team has gotten over the past week. And so there's a couple things I want to say there in the realm of adoption attorneys. So adoption attorneys are always needed to make an adoption legal. And when you need an adoption attorney is really going to depend on the route you are taking to adopt and how quickly that's going to happen. Now, I think adoption attorneys would say get an adoption attorney from the beginning. And if you are somebody who questions contracts and all of that, you can absolutely have an adoption attorney review your contracts. Now, I have not seen very many contracts be changed at all or even tweaked. Very few, although it has happened. And every once in a while, there's a mistake in there that the agency didn't catch. So if you would like to retain an attorney to review your contracts, that is something that you can absolutely do. Attorneys also, some attorneys can actually help facilitate an adoption match and placement. So there are attorneys in some states that act very much like an agency. Illinois is not one of those states. I don't believe Ohio is one of those states. But for instance, in Florida, that's a big one where attorneys act very much like an agency and can work with birth mothers and facilitate matches. If you are working with an attorney already to do your matching, you are not going to need another attorney. Now, in some instances, you may want an attorney, you want to be very clear if you're working with an attorney, do they represent you or do they represent the birth mom or expectant mom? It is always a great idea to have an attorney for both. That doesn't always happen. At least you want the agency, at least you want to make sure your expectant mom or birth mom has been offered her own counsel. Any questions while I take a drink of water? You will need an attorney for finalization. Now, some agencies include that in their total fees and have an attorney that they always use or have an attorney on staff. Oh, thank you, Connie. I do see messages from YouTube. Or have an attorney on staff. You just want to know if that's included in your cost or not. And then you can still decide whether or not you're still going to use that attorney or go out elsewhere and find your own. There's usually no need, and that would be an added expense. So there's usually no need. Typically, people find an attorney after they adopt or right after they're matched to know who will be doing their finalization. Finalization can happen sometimes in the state you adopt from or your home state. It's going to depend on the laws of each state. So if you have to hire your own attorney or if you're looking for your own attorney for whatever reason, and another reason why you might want an adoption attorney is because maybe there's a contested adoption or there is some sort of issue that came up that you were not expecting that you really need legal advisement from. In that case, it's always safe to go to Quad A. I should have looked it up exactly what it stands for, but actually I could do that right now. Unless someone wants to. Okay. Attorney adoption. It's like, hold on. the Academy of Adoption and Assisted Reproduction Attorneys. The Academy of Adoption and Assistant Reproduction Attorneys. But it's Quad A is what it's called. You can Google it, or I think it's quada.com or quada.aaa.org, something like that. Adoption attorneys. So what does it mean to be part of Quad A? It means that they have done, I think it's 500. I think that's the number. They've done over 500 adoptions, and I think interstate adoptions. I could be totally wrong. So if you're an attorney, please correct me. But it just means you have done X amount of adoptions, and you have to apply and pay to be part of Quad A. Now, if you're not part of Quad A, does that mean you're not a great adoption attorney? No, there's plenty of adoption attorneys who really don't feel the need to go through that whole certification. But if you don't know of a good adoption attorney, it's a good way to find one and be pretty confident that they will at least know what they are doing. So I hope that helps. You can always ask me for a recommendation too. I will probably know one in your state or can find out. And then somebody also asked about grants. Can you apply to multiple grants at once? And the answer is yes, you can. You can apply to multiple grants at once. Now, each grant application is going to ask you different questions, and most of them are going to ask, have you applied or received money elsewhere? And that might weigh into whether or not you get a grant. But just be honest. Show them all your expenses. And where, I think most of the time you want to know where they're falling short. My messages are just coming at me full force. Anyways, so the answer is yes. I've known lots of people to get grants from multiple different places. The two biggest grants that I know of are helpusadopt.org. I think they now increased their threshold. I think they will give grants up to $15,000, which is huge. And you don't have to already be matched. You can apply, from what I understand, you can apply now and they can say, yes, you are approved for this amount pending a match. And then they send money to the agency. A giftofadoption.org is also a really big grant tour, and I think they give up to $10,000. What they really want is your full story. You got to tell a good story. So speak from the heart and make your case, and you absolutely can get multiple grants. Does anybody else have any questions or anything else that has come up this week? If not, I invite you to end as we started. This is a little music called Manifestation. What are you manifesting? Let's close it out. All right. I wish you guys a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day to those of you who are celebrating. To those of you who are not, I see you. And I wish you lots of joy. And I hope that all of your dreams come true. Goodbye. Have a great weekend.